Νίκος. Μπράβο, Νίκο. Μπράβο, Γιώργο.
Wait. What? No. I'm not. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. We need to get to the bottom of this. Stay tuned. We're gonna figure this out right now, today. Let's go.
Μικρό χαρτάκι. Βλέπετε. Αν το βάλω χωρίς αυτοσυγκέντρωση, πέφτει. Τι θέλω να κάνουμε. Φανταστείτε ότι βαστάτε μια μπάλα με λευκό φως. Θα το κάνουμε λίγο πιο εύκολο. Ακουμπάμε το χαρτάκι εδώ και το πιέζουμε. Φανταζόμαστε ότι το σπρώχνουμε την μπάλα και το βαστάμε την μπάλα. Μετά αφήνουμε την μπάλα εδώ.
Alright, welcome back to Magic Isn't Real. Today I want to talk about Master Centeris, creator of the Centeris method. But before I do that, there's something that I need to say. I don't like naming logical fallacies. It's not that I don't like logical fallacies. Logical fallacies are useful to understand certain things. Logical fallacies are very useful to understand certain things. I just don't like naming them because A, it makes you sound a little bit pretentious. And B, I've noticed that most of the time when I'm debating someone and I mention logical fallacies, they don't know what I'm talking about. So I always end up having to explain what a logical fallacy is and specifically that logical fallacies, which stop the conversation. But you really have to look up the no true Scotsman fallacy. You're always going to think that your master, he's the one. He's the true Scotsman. The others are all fake. And even if I manage to debunk your master, you're gonna find someone else. And I'm not saying that at some point there's not gonna be the one. I'm just saying that today I'm looking at Master Centeris because I was told that he's different. I was told that his stuff is the legit stuff, is the true stuff. To me, he's doing the exact same thing as all the others, but apparently he is the real deal. So please learn about the not true Scotsman fallacy, and let's take a look at Master Centeris. Master Centeris is a Greek martial artist who owns his own martial arts school and sells something called the Centeris method, which is none other than cultivation of the virtues that every human being has within him in order to reach theosis. More specifically, the cultivation of the virtue of virtues, which is none other than real love even to our enemy. He was also once featured on a CNN piece, not that gives some credibility at all, because I mean CNN has lost credibility. Is this too political? Yeah, forget the CNN part. In one of the few interviews that he has released in English, he says that one day he figured out that if God created man in his own image, that means that we must all be gods. And that gave him the power to apparently stick things to wall. Listen, I'm not entirely sure what's going on in this video because he's speaking in Greek and there's no subtitles and there's no translation, but he really looks like that he's claiming that he's telling the object, he's using his energy to tell the object to stick to a wall. Listen, we can all stick things to wall when we wanted to stick things to wall. Is this the power of a god? Anyway, in the same interview, he claims to be able to do like amazing thing. He claims that once he levitated and someone even took a picture. He cannot find that picture conveniently, but someone took a picture of him levitating. He also claims that one time there was a fire and he made it rain. So I was really excited to see if the Centeris method is the method, is the way to cultivate your abilities. But all I can see is just videos of him just kind of moving an empty can on a table with his mind, moving an empty can on another table with his mind. I made a video for you where I'm going to show you four different methods where you can have an object moving on a table pretending is the power of your mind. These are 4 different methods. 2 of them you can 100% perform in public, no problem. One of them you could perform in public, you just need some balls to do that because it's quite ballsy. And the 4th one is just kind of something that only works for camera, so you will never be able to perform it live. Now, I'm not going to tell you which one is which. I want to play a game. I want you to watch the video and tell me which one do you think is the one that I said. Okay? Let's roll it. I'm really curious to see which one do you think is which. Anyway, he doesn't just like moves empty cans on a table. He also moves the side wheel, which I will point you out to this video one more time to explain how that means absolutely nothing. But to be fair, he also did this video where he's spinning a sword on this. He's balancing a sword on this. I don't know what that is, honestly. I've seen it before in other telekinesis video. If you know what that object is, like, let me know, because I want to buy myself one. Anyway, he's spinning a sword on this like spherical object, and I swear to you, there is a moment. By the way, I could be completely wrong about all of this. Maybe this guy, he's the real life Jesus Christ. I mean, in his video, he even likes to flash how wealthy he is. He likes to show that he has a fancy watch, he has a fancy suit, a couple of fancy cars, he has a fancy pool. You know, he's showing his wealth, just like Jesus Christ.
Stop it. Get some help.
Actually, let's talk about that for a second. So his method is not just moving things with your mind. His method is to become a better person. Is to become the person you want to be, to have the success you want to be. So obviously in his trailer video, he's gonna showcase that he's wealthy. Otherwise, why would you buy? I mean, I would buy his course to move things with my mind. I can be successful in other ways, but basically telling you moving things with your mind is just a side effect. Anyway, back to the sword. I swear to you, he starts making the sword spinning, and then I swear to you that at some point he's trying to make it stop, and it just doesn't stop. I feel like he wanted to demonstrate that he had full control of the sword. Again, all of these videos are in Greek and there's no translation, so I don't know what he's saying, but I swear to you, this moment right here, he's trying to make the sword stop, and it just doesn't work. And he even laughs a little bit. It's like, oh, well, you got me. Do you see? Do you see? You can tell me if I'm seeing too much into this. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm convinced that he lost control of that sword and his demonstration. Anyway, I kind of like this sword balancing thing. I think it's interesting. I mean, it's just a variation on a side wheel, but I wanted to try myself as well. So, we have seen the balancing of the sword, we have seen the moving of the cup, we have seen the spinning of the side wheel. So, this pretty much to me looks exactly like any other guy who claims to have supernatural abilities. So, why even bother with this video? Well, because there was one thing that was different, and it was this video where apparently his students are making little RC toy car move with the power of their mind, I'm guessing. Now, to figure out exactly what's going on here, I wanted to dig a little bit more deeper into the Centaurus method, but unfortunately, as I said, most of his content and even his websites are not in English, and the translations are not the best. The website right now, this is not a joke. Like, I checked it recently, I think it's glitching, or I think they're changing something, so most of the links just simply do not work. The other website, again, this is not a joke, Google gave me a warning that I should not even open it, that I should stay away from this website. So I don't know what to tell you. And every time I try to click just to see at least how much does it cost to learn how to control a remote card with your mind, I couldn't do this because every time I clicked on one of the link, it just sends me straight into their messenger and Facebook, which is something that I'm not emotionally prepared to do. In any case, apparently the Centaurus method allows you to control a toy car with your mind. Now, in every video, I never seen where the remote is. So I have no idea where the remote is and who's controlling it. But even if nobody's controlling the remote, let's say that you actually believe this. How do you know that it's not just a broken toy car, or, maybe the battery is very old, so it's like glitching, and it's something. How do you know for a fact that it's you controlling it? And why should I believe you? And also, can I do this trick, and can I do it better? You bet. Okay, I have a little RC toy car. Here's the remote. You see it go. There it is. Okay, but you're not here for that. You're not here for that. You're here for the mystical and the spiritual. So once again, this is the RC car. This is the remote. See, the light turns on. Now I'm gonna leave the remote right there in plain view, and I'm gonna take this one step further. I'm actually going to remove the batteries. Look, I'm actually going to take the batteries out. Don't need this anymore of the RC car. Look, we can test it. It is not. Look, nothing is happening. It's not working. I'm gonna leave the car there. I'm gonna leave the remote right there. And now I'm gonna focus on my energy. I'm not gonna move this car with telekinesis. I'm gonna move this car with electrokinesis. I'm gonna send my electricity into the car, and you will see it turn on and move. Watch. Did you see that? It's one more time. I want to bring it back. Did you subscribe, by the way? Because I didn't see you. I was watching you while talking, and I didn't see you clicking the subscribe button and the bell. Okay, thank you. I appreciate. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. I just, I was watching you, and I'm like, why is this person not subscribing? Anyway, last thing I want to say in this video. One second, I need to think of this. Just 1 second. Okay, let's say that this is me, and this is hypothetical, okay? So I'm not talking about Master Centaurus right now. Me, not anybody else, me, Sebastiano. I am the owner of a mystical martial arts school, okay? But I am a scammer, okay? I'm talking about me, okay? This is me. So I am a scammer. I want to make money by making people believe that these abilities exist, right? Now, some of my students are kind of getting convinced. Some of the others are being a bit skeptical. So I came up with this method with a bunch of toys that I can control. This is me. This is an hypothetical scenario, okay? So I control this toy from a distance. And I have all my students line up. Now, this is me. If I want them to keep them, the students that are getting a little bit doubtful, I would make sure that their toy moves to give him a little boost of confidence. This is me. I'm not saying that he's doing that. I'm just painting a scenario of what I would do if I was a scammer and I needed people to stay in my school, in my mystical school, okay? I would do this test. I can see which students are getting doubtful, so I can give them the little click that's gonna be like, oh, see, I've practiced enough this week and the car is moving. On the other hand, the students that maybe are not coming there often, they're not training as much, they don't want to pay for the extra course, I will make sure that their toy doesn't move. So they can see that the one who's practicing the toy move, and they are not coming and not practicing, and their toy didn't move. So now they're going to come more often. Now maybe they're going to pay even more. This is what I would do if I was a scammer and I needed people to stay in my mystical school. I'm not accusing anybody of anything, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you're still here, just write invisible thread in the comment section, and I shall see you next time. Ciao. This has been Magic Isn't Real. And it's gonna keep being Magic Isn't Real. And that's it. I just bump into the wall. This room is still so echoey. Gotta do something about it.